Hey there and welcome back. So today we're going to look at something a little different to do with the hobby. Now, one thing what I think is really good, especially with like technology and stuff, the way everything's grown, is that it means that things are a lot easier for us to do. And I mean easier in the fact that things are like pre-built. Yes, they obviously do cost, money. Some of them are a bit more expensive. And for people who don't necessarily either have the know-how or to even be like, "Ugh, that's a bit too much for me to try," there are great things out there what you can buy for our hobby, and they are absolutely fantastic. And I have one today. Now, I did get this a while ago, so yeah, I did get it to go on a layout, so hopefully the one that I'm building at the minute, if not that one, then the next one, what maybe coming up in like the next 12 months or something like that, it will definitely be going on. But we have a automatic signal from Dapol. Now, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Dapol's stuff and products. I've got quite a few of the locomotives, and when I saw this, you can get this in single and double. I'd have to check if you can get it with the yellow flags on it and not just the red and white. I will have to check that. But yeah, I think these are absolutely fantastic. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, I was on holiday at the time, and I was kind of like wondering, do I, don't I? And I thought, do you know what, stuff it, let's just get one, let's see what it's like. And when I got it, I was like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. So the price, like I said, it was last year when I got this, but the price that I paid for this is £65. Now, yes, that is a lot, but when I pop this onto the desk, show you the features, the details and everything, I honestly think that this is really, really, really worth it. So this, as you said, this is a Dapol signal. If I just pop that up there for the camera, so you can see a product code and you can see the exact description of what it is. And this is 1/76 scale, and all you need with this is a power source. And now the good thing is, I've got a Homely Select controller, and I've also got a, remember the name of it, a Gauge Master Series D controller. Now in the back of those, obviously you've got a power output. On the DCC controller and the Gauge Master controller, it's a 16-volt output what comes out of them, and this is perfectly safe to run along with them. So you can plug it into your controller. Bit of fluff there. Yeah, I do get distracted by the smallest things. That's why you sometimes see me going like, what that? So see, and you're loving the fact that you can actually see me now. You were missing all this beforehand. So let's get this down onto the desk. Let's have a quick look at what you get within this, how easy it is to get it working, and yeah, it's a great little product. So God's sake, without further ado, let's get it onto the desk. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so let's have a look what we get in the box, and there are only just a very few components, which is even better. So first off, you get your signals, and let's just go and have a quick closer look at these. As you can see, you've got some amazing detail on these. They're really nicely finished. The painting on this is absolutely amazing. As you can see, you've got your two rods going down, and then you've got your fixing nut, you've got your indicator, which I'll show you shortly, and then you've got your connectors underneath. Now I am going to have to change the battery, so I will pop this down. I'll be back in 1 second. And we're back. So the next bit that we get is we get this massive big bulky block. Now this has got everything in it, all the little components, the wiring, maybe even some lights. Ooh. So Oh dear, don't you just love the weird and wonderfulness? So yeah, so this has got everything what you need. Now I will say these are to fine tune the signals. However, I haven't touched them and I wish to touch them. It's working fine for me out of the box, so yeah, they are never gonna get used unless something drastic happens. And then finally, what is cool is you get these two little toggle switches. Now, I did have one tiny error, and that was, but to be honest, that could have quite easily been my fault. Because I've had this in and out of the box a few times, I haven't just had it out, mounted it, got it working and left it. One of the little solders did come off, so I would say I wouldn't let that bother you. I think that was just myself taking these out just way more than I should have done. But yeah, so that was like a bit of a unfortunate thing, but again, that is a bit on my part. But just be careful that, you know, you do need to be careful with the wires on these. You know, it only happened with a single wire out of all of them. But yeah, just be mindful that these are small wires, these are delicate wires, and yeah, just make sure that you're careful with them. And the last little thing is we get a little bit of a user guide with this. So if we just open this out, and this tells you everything what you need to know, and on the bottom it gives you your measurements, and on the back it shows you a little bit more about your wiring and your plugs and all that good stuff. So what shall we do first? I tell you what, let's build it up and then let's show you with the power connected. So it is so easy. All you need when you're fitting this, so obviously you need to drill a hole which is slightly bigger than this, and I really like this part of it because it does make it super easy. So all you do, you just drop that into there, make sure that you're lining up the two wires, and you should hear a click when it goes in, like that. So as you can see there, your wires perfectly line up. Now when you're taking this out, it's literally just a case of pulling it up like so. It is that simple if you want to move it or change it, but it's a great way because it means that you can test it as it is. So again, one little click, and then these wires, so the two of them for the switches, it doesn't matter which one these plug into, so be careful plugging these in. They are small, you know, like what you get on, say, your locomotives. So let's plug the first wire in there. Let's plug the second wire in there. And literally that is all you need. Now, as you can see here, that the wires for these aren't very long. And yeah, to be honest, they are pretty short, but having said that, with the packaging, with the room, what is in the boxes, if I show you this just quickly, because it is, you know, a good, decent little bit of packaging, you know, there isn't much space left to pop anything in here. But what I did find, and they weren't too expensive either, is that you can get extension wires for these, and the plugs are the right ones just to plug straight into here and then straight into the plug side on the end of this. And don't quote me, I think the price was around about £7, maybe £8. I would have to go and check, but they weren't very expensive for the extensions at all. So yeah, so that is fantastic. Or to be honest, it's just 3 wires. You know, you could quite easily, if you wish to, you could quite easily extend these yourself. Right, okay, so we have our power supply plugged into it. As you can see, we're using the Hornby Select controller just to show you that it will work with something just like this. And before, I have to cover it up, but I even had a 9-volt battery working on this, and yeah, that was working absolutely brilliantly. So oops, sorry about that. So let's zoom it in, and as you can see, when the switch is one way, it will be up. When the switch is the other way, it will be down. So obviously we have our two switches. I'll just work them off camera, and as you will see, signal goes down. And actually I'm glad the camera's picking this up as good as what it is, because yeah, it does show how bright of a light this actually is. So both of them go down, and then I do like this part. As they go up, it even does the little bit of a bounce that you would normally get. So that is absolutely brilliant. Then you can do these both at the same time. No, you don't have to do one or the other. As you can see there, they both do the exact same actions that they're supposed to. And this is just absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, I'd just love to know your opinions on this. I mean, don't get me wrong, £65, it does sound expensive for what it, you know, what it does, but for the detail, for what it actually does with the lights, with the motors, with everything like that, you know, I just think this is absolutely fantastic. It's going to look brilliant when I get it down on the layout, and this is what I absolutely love, because if I actually bring this in close like this, you cannot even see where the wires are for the LEDs. That is how amazingly that this has been made. So I mean, I don't mean or wish to sound biased, as you know, I am a real fan of what Dapol does. You know, you can understand why with products like this, with how they build them. Not sponsored or anything like that, I just absolutely love this. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope this has given you a bit of an insight into something else where you can get a fantastic little product, what will really bring that layout to life. And yeah, do you know what? I've got one of these to fit. This is the only one I've got for the minute, but I can really see myself getting more of these. I definitely can. I absolutely love these things. So to finish this off, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, like and subscribe. And as always, we shall see you in the next video.